Tonight, President Donald Trump is heading to China for one of the most critical diplomatic meetings of his presidency: trade, Taiwan, global security, and now the escalating Iran conflict. As American warships tighten pressure on Tehran and Middle East tensions continue rising, Trump is preparing for a high-stakes face-to-face meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping in Beijing. And hanging over every conversation is one urgent question: can the world avoid a much bigger global crisis? President Trump departed Washington today for a major state visit to China, where talks with President Xi are expected to focus on tariffs, military tensions in Asia, and the ongoing war involving Iran. But while trade headlines may dominate public attention, the conflict in the Middle East is rapidly becoming the most dangerous issue on the table. The United States continues enforcing a large naval blockade against Iran, with officials saying American forces have already redirected dozens of commercial vessels and disrupted Iranian shipping operations. At the same time, regional security threats are intensifying. According to the government of Kuwait, Iranian Revolutionary Guard-linked gunmen recently attempted to infiltrate an island near Kuwait City. Officials say some suspects escaped after the confrontation. Meanwhile, both Kuwait and the United Arab Emirates report intercepting Iranian drones flying through regional airspace in recent days. Despite previous ceasefire discussions, officials now warn that the situation remains extremely unstable. President Trump himself recently admitted the ceasefire appears dangerously fragile. One analyst compared the situation to a patient on life support, with almost no chance of survival. And behind the scenes, military activity is continuing to expand. According to reports, the United Arab Emirates has now joined the United States and Israel in military operations targeting Iran. The UAE joined after suffering repeated drone and missile attacks over recent months. Iran has reportedly launched thousands of drones and missiles across the region since the conflict intensified. In a major development, Israel has reportedly deployed Iron Dome air defense systems to the UAE as part of growing military cooperation. Analysts say this reflects the strengthening regional alliance created through the Abraham Accords. The deployment is intended to protect Gulf states from Iranian missile and drone attacks, as fears of wider regional escalation continue growing. At the center of the operation remains the U.S. naval blockade. American aircraft carriers positioned in the Arabian Sea are now playing a major role. Military officials say the blockade has severely damaged Iran's economy, though Tehran continues showing resistance despite the pressure. One dramatic incident reportedly involved a U.S. Navy F-18 Super Hornet fighter jet targeting Iranian oil tankers during enforcement operations. According to military reports, the aircraft disabled multiple tankers by attacking critical exhaust systems, preventing them from continuing operations. The incident highlights how rapidly tensions in the region could escalate into direct confrontation, and now all eyes are turning toward Beijing. Because President Trump's meeting with Xi Jinping could shape not only the future of U.S.-China relations, but also the next phase of the Iran conflict itself. China remains one of Iran's most important economic partners and one of the world's largest energy consumers. Any disruption affects Beijing's strategic interests. Experts say President Xi faces a delicate balancing act. On one side, China benefits from discounted Iranian oil and a weakened Western alliance structure. On the other, prolonged instability threatens global trade, energy markets, and economic growth, all critical concerns for Beijing. At the same time, tensions surrounding Taiwan remain another major issue between Washington and Beijing. That means this summit could influence multiple global flashpoints simultaneously. Analysts expect highly symbolic diplomacy, carefully staged public appearances, and intense private negotiations behind closed doors. But whether the two leaders can reduce tensions remains uncertain. Tonight, the world is watching Beijing. President Trump arrives facing growing pressure abroad and rising uncertainty across the Middle East. The Iran conflict continues escalating, regional alliances are shifting, and global powers are now being pulled deeper into the crisis. The decisions made during this summit could influence the future of international security, global energy markets, and the balance of power for years to come. For more breaking global news, geopolitical analysis, and major world developments, subscribe now and stay informed.